Hello and welcome to the Tarkis Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about the game Return to Moria. And yes, it's a Lords of the Rings game. And the game is going to be released in a few months, early 2023. And the game is a cooperative game similar to Valheim and Frozen Flame and Rust. I don't think it's a PvP game. I think it's just a PvE environment game, but it's allows for multiplayers to come into the environment and they can do the questing. They can participate in the gameplay together. And this game holds up to 8 people at once. Now I don't know if they're going to be doing dedicated servers or not. If whereas there's a server over here that everybody connects to, you could put it up on a dedicated computer, or if it's going to be whereas I host it on my computer while I'm playing it, and then people can join me while I play the game. And I'm hoping that they have both options. I hope they have this, dedicated server option. This way, it's up all the time, and people don't have to rely on me having it up on my primary computer. That can be problematic sometimes because not everybody. In some cases, not everybody will put it up. They're doing other things, and your co-op players are like, geez, I want to play, but he doesn't even have the game running. So dedicated servers allow the game to be running on another box where then people can connect to it. So I'm hoping that they do that. Now, there's a building aspect to this game. There's a survival building and questing aspect to the game. And what the whole gist of it is you got a band of dwarves that show up to 8 of you, that you could do this game alone. They did point out many times when I read about this game is you can solo the game. And what happens is Moria is a unique generation. So when you start the campaign or the game generates Moria randomly. So 2 games are never the same. So there's playability here. And then what you do is you then branch out through the mines, harvesting what you need to build your base, secure your base, to fight the monsters, and then explore all of Moria. Now, the system itself has a thirst hunger. This is a survival game. You have to control your temperature. You've got to control your sleep. You got to do sleep cycles in this game. Let's actually go to the Epic page, because this is an Epic exclusive game. So you need to know that too, is you got to go to the Epic store to get this game. And if I scroll down here and just go to some of the key game features, let's reshape. You're here to rebuild and reshape Moria and restore it to its past glory. That's the point of it. And co-op multiplayer adventure, you can do it alone or band together with friends online, up to 8 players. You craft tools, weapons. So you can craft legendary armors and whatnot, find magic artifacts, mine ore jewels to establish mines to unearth deposits of precious resources such as iron, gold, and quartz. And it's got players become part of the Dwarven legend as they create their own dwarf and the custom character creator. And it's got building, like I said, you've got base building, find solace from the darkness, reveal and clear new locations to create architecture on a grand scale. And to survive the dark, you must survive the mines of Moria. Players must conserve resources, hunt, gather food, manage their sleep, temperature, and noise level, utilizing the light system to defend areas. Now, the noise is a new thing in this game where if you make too much noise, you'll call monsters to you. And so you have to watch out for that depending on where you're questing in Moria at the time. And those monsters might be higher level than what you're able to manage at the time. So you have to manage your noise. It's a survival building co-op game, and it's right up my alley. I love these type of games, and I love the fact that it's a Lords of the Rings game. So some of the lore anyway. Before the movies came out, I had read the books, and the movies were great too. So everybody is familiar with pretty much the premise of the Lords of the Rings realm. I'm just going through some of these pictures here. I don't know how much it's going to cost. They say coming soon. They don't have a price tag on it. says 2023. I went to their Discord, and you can come to Epic and bring this up yourself. But if you scroll down here, you've got their follow us, and their Discord is right here. You click on that, and if you have Discord running already, it will bring you and ask you, do you want to join this server? I did that, and let me see. Actually, I don't have it up right now, but when you go onto their server, it hasn't been that active because the game isn't released yet. They do have a lot of good information, stock core, like this is our game, these are frequently asked questions. But as for back and forth communication, I didn't notice much of that quite yet, because again, the game hasn't been released. It's going to be released shortly. So it's got all the nice little things that Tarkis likes, the survival aspect, the building aspect. It's obviously not a PvP game. It's a PvE, work together to work the campaign to get to the end game and say that you rescued Moria or you returned Moria to its glory. That's what it seems like is a case here, and you work together to do it. And that's what I like about these type of games, is each person brings a unique element who plays with you. Some people like to do the building, some people like to do the questing, some people like to do the harvesting. So if you get a group of friends that kind of work they're within their own set of things they like to do, then you can really work wonders with a game like this, because you're not just doing it yourself, you're doing it as a team effort, really. So I'm going to say keep an eye out on this. I'm going to add it to my wish list right now. If you've got Epic, the launcher, then definitely whitelist it and try it. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the cost is going to be. Sometimes costs of these games kind of push some people out for a while until they go on sale. I'm not really, that's not my case. Usually I can afford a game when it comes out, regardless of what it costs. I mean, obviously I'm not going to pay a ridiculous amount of money for a game. I think the most I'd ever pay for a game, even if it's a AAA title, is $40. So if it's beyond that, then I'll wait myself for it to come down in cost. So, I don't know. It's made by what they call North Beach Games. That's the publisher. And the developer is Free Range Games. So if you're familiar with I'm not quite familiar with those publishers. I don't know if I've ever played games from those publishers before, but it does look like a very promising game. And I would say keep an eye out for it. It doesn't look like you're going to find it on Steam. That's kind of disheartening, because I like buying from Steam, because Steam has a few more community things they deliver, where you got forums, the discussions, you got broadcasting, you've got video up. Steam just allows for a better interface with the community around the game, where I haven't found that Epic really has any of that. So it's not like, because Steam has a community all in itself, where people, I know a lot of people that have Steam games and they're friends of mine. So when they see me playing the game on Epic, they don't see me playing the game. They can't say, oh, Tarkis is playing the Lords of the Rings Return to Moria. Let me see what that's all about. I don't think Epic has that, or I haven't noticed it, but I don't have that many Epic games. I usually buy from Steam. I usually do. And if this game was offered on Steam, that's where I would buy it. All right. Well, that's really what I wanted to talk about. And again, keep an eye out for this game. If it seems to be something that you like to do, you could always reach out to me on Discord or through YouTube and say, well, look, if you get that game, can I join you in whatever you end up doing? And I'll be like, yeah, I'd like to get 8 people to play the game and do a partnership of roles and really play the heck out of this game, because it does look amazing. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkis Zone.